Tutoring with the Lightning Squad, Power Reader. Power Reader is the activity that develops fluency in reading. So when I go into Power Reader and click on Start, there are 6 texts to choose from. These are the 6 texts previous to the text that the pupils will be reading in Story Quest. The team choose just one of these texts to practice their fluency. For a team that has been assessed at a lower level, there may not be 6 texts that are previous to the text that they will read in Story Quest. So there may be fewer texts showing here. If a team has been assessed at story level 4, so they're starting on our very first story, story 4, they will be very early readers. And there will only be one text showing here, which is story 4. The recommendation for a team that is starting at story 4 is that before they start Power Reader, the tutor reads the text to them, reads story 4 from the hard copy of the text, and also that the pupils do word quest first, so they work through the word quest activity, and this will give them context for the story in Power Reader. So those pupils who are at the very, very early stages of reading should have a little bit of support before they do Power Reader. To start Power Reader, the team needs to choose just one of these texts to practice their fluency. So we are going to choose The Noisy Morning. And when I click on that text, the title page of the text will be read to the pupils. So I'm going to unmute the site and go into The Noisy Morning.
The Noisy Morning. Story by Wendy Old. Illustrations by Jennifer Clark.
And when I click on Start,
tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. The black clock said. Bob said, "Stop, clock. Stop saying tick tock, tick tock."
the first piece of text will be read to the pupils by the computer. And then we're ready for the practice round, where the pupils take turns in reading a page of text each. So we need to watch the avatars to see who is reading. The team has 3 minutes to read through the text, taking it in turns during the practice round. So if I click on Start Practice, we will see that Jane is the reader. She is in the green box. Sean is in the orange box as the coach. He has the coach's hat and shirt and whistle. And so Jane would read this page. Sean, as the coach, would support her with any words that she finds difficult or struggles with. And Sean will click on Next when Jane has completed reading the page. So we click on Next, and you'll see that the avatars have swapped over. Sean is in the green box as the reader. Jane is in the orange box and has the coach's hat, shirt and whistle. So Sean reads, and when he's completed the page, Jane would click on Next. The avatars are swapped again. Sean is the coach, so Sean is going to make sure that we scroll down to the bottom of the page and see all of the text. He will support Jane with any words that she struggles with and click on Next when she has completed the page. And we swap again. Jane is the coach. She will make sure that we scroll down to the bottom of the page. And when Sean has completed the page, click on Next. Sean is the coach. He scrolls down. He supports Jane with any words that she is struggling with and clicks on Next when she has completed the page. Jane is the coach. She scrolls down, supports Sean with any words and clicks on Next when he has finished the page. Note that the page numbers are shown in the bottom right-hand corner here. So we're on page 7 out of 8. Sean scrolls down. Jane is reading. Sean clicks on next when she's completed. And then we're on the last page. Sean reads this. Jane is supporting as the coach and clicks on next when he has finished the page. And the pupils have 3 minutes to read through in the practice round. Now we have a timed round where the computer is going to calculate the words correct per minute for each of the pupils. So we click on Start Timer and we will see that Jane is the reader in the green box. Sean is the coach in the orange box. Jane is reading and Sean is going to click on next when she's finished. And if there are any words that Jane struggles with, Sean would click on them and you see that flashed there. And that is part of the calculation of the words correct per minute. We click on next. Jane is reading through. Sean is supporting, clicking on next and clicking on any words that Jane struggles with. So Sean scrolls down to make sure that Jane can see all of the text and he clicks on next when she's finished that page. And Sean scrolls down and you will have noticed there that the screen flashed. That means that the minute is almost up. And now we have the select last word read. So Sean would then click on the last word that Jane read. And Jane gets some bonus points to the bonus meter. And now you'll see the avatars have swapped over and Sean has his timed round where he is going to get his calculation of words correct per minute. So Jane will click on Start Timer. Sean is reading. Jane will click on next when he has completed the page. And Jane is listening and clicking on next when Sean has completed the page. Jane makes sure that Sean can see the whole page and she clicks on any words that Sean struggled with. And we click on next. Jane scrolls down. Sean is reading. Jane clicks on any words that Sean has found difficult or can't read, and they flash. Jane clicks on next. She scrolls down so he can see all of the text, and she clicks on any words that Sean struggled with. That was the flash for the minute almost being up. We click on next. And we're ready to select the last word read. So Sean got to the word ran. He's got some bonus points. And the system then calculates their words correct per minute.
What a team! You've just been crowned Power Reader Champions!
Both Jane and Sean got a score above their target for words correct per minute. So Power Reader is mastered. And when we go back to the activities screen, it's grayed out with the lightning strikes down the side. And Jane and Sean are ready to move on to another activity.